the next thing I hear come out of my coach's mouth is everyone has to run 2 extra laps around the track to be able to finish.
If I say pace your test to like 10,000 human beings in the United States of America, at least 300 are gonna get PTSD. Gym class was genuinely hell.
There are certain candid events in school that have permanently altered people's brain tree to the point of having individual excruciating levels of PTSD. It could be getting embarrassed in class, accidentally calling your teacher mom, or getting fried so badly during a presentation that you genuinely consider turning the entire school into a meteor fallout zone. I think one of the worst candid events of them all is PE/gym class. You need to take at least one physical education class to be able to fully graduate high school. Now that sounds like a pretty simple task that wouldn't be that difficult to complete, but once you take the class and fully experience its horrors, you'll start to realize the amount of torture you fully committed onto yourself. The first part of gym class we have to discuss is the kind of gym teacher you end up having, because depending on what type of teacher you have assigned to your class, your gym experience can go from something legitimately fun to worse than the most brutal Roman Empire torture methods. There are so many—
Bro, gym class was only bad. It was only terrible if you wasn't athletic, bro. Like, if you had even an ounce of athleticism, gym class was elite. If you ain't like gym class, and niggas just wasn't hooping for real.
Many traits that make a bad gym teacher, but I think the worst trait—
Is that Lex Luthor, nigga? Ain't this Lex Luthor, bro?
Bad gym teacher, but I think the worst trait that surpasses all of them is collective punishment. Collective punishment, as the term sounds, means that something bad or disrespectful—
Collective punishment, that shit was stupid. That shit was OD dumb, bro, because why am I getting punished for what other niggas in the class do? Mind you, I don't even fuck with most of these niggas in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting punished for what they do. Nigga, fuck them niggas. That what happened on like sports teams I was in gym. I'm like, cuz, like, you really tweaking. Like, sports teams, I get it, cause like we're like a team, but class, nigga, we ain't all a team, bruh.
Done by a singular student causes the entire class to get that same punishment that would have been dealt to that same person, which is one of the dumbest disciplinary methods I've ever heard in my life. This method is especially stupid in a class like PE because you're receiving extra physical punishment like more laps around the gym or the track because some dumbass decided it was a good idea to not listen to the teacher's instructions. There was one day in my class, we were doing a mile run on the school's track field. Me and my friend were taking things slow because my class was around the afternoon when the sun was beaming, so we were basically running on molten lava. Everything was going fine and we were about to finish.
Man, if you don't put on some socks, put on some LeBrons, put on some KDs, some some Shaqs, some D-Ways, you be alright, nigga. You tough, right?
Finish our final lap until out of the corner of my ear, I hear my teacher say, if y'all don't get up from the bench and do your laps, I'm making everyone else do 2 extra.
What the hell are you talking about, bro?
What the fuck is you talking?
What's that?
There is no inconceivable way you're making everyone else do extra laps because Tweedledee and Tweedledum wouldn't get up from the bench to do theirs. But as I was thinking these exact words in my head, the next thing I hear come out of my coach's mouth is everyone has to run 2 extra laps around the track to be able to finish.
Hey, bro, that pacer test came around. You know what I'm saying? Niggas have PTSD. If I say pacer test to like 10,000 human beings in the United States of America, at least 300 are gonna get PTSD. Y'all hated that pacer test, but I was frying. Low key.
I'm so glad I wasn't the gym teacher because I for sure wasn't gonna use words to get my point across. Something else I hate about the gyms is the smell. The first time I ever found out that some people either don't shower during the week or have awful hygiene is when I was in the locker room before class one time and caught a waft of some random kid that walked right past me. The second my nostrils inhaled the scent, my eyes started watering.
Bro, it's like that even in gyms now. I go to gym in the LA Fitness. I walk into the bathroom to use the bathroom. I smell smells that I never knew existed. Like, there's certain stenches. I didn't even know stenches could stench the way it stenches, but it stenches that way. And that joint was trash, bro. Or is trash. Like, it smells like niggas, but like, how do I explain this? It smells like boiled niggas in there, bro. Like, if you could somehow boil niggas and make that into a smell, that's what the LA Fitness bathroom smells like. That shit's genuinely egregious.
And I dropped to my knees in agony, clenching my nose, trying to get rid of the odor. To this day, there is not a single worse scent that I've come across other than the one in that locker room. Next major thing we have to talk about when it comes to gym class is team sports. I think we can all
I was frying niggas.
That team sports for the most part are actually really fun when everything is going well and you're not playing with D1 crash outs who are trying to snipe your head off your body. There are so many people.
Yeah, I was ODing dodgeball, bro. I love dodgeball. I
people in
love
class
dodgeball. That
that
was
play
tough.
team sports like it's game 7 of the NBA finals and are trying to get a championship ring for their
Yes.
home city. I
Yes.
promise you, basketball
Yes, it was, bro. That's exactly what it was. I don't care what no one nigga said. That's exactly what it was.
is never this serious, my nigga. Dodgeball during class would also be way more chaotic than it should be. While
Did he hit him with a table, bro? Is that serious?
class would also be
He
way
smacked Cuz in the head with a table. Oh, hell
more
no.
chaotic than it should be. While I've personally never played dodgeball games where someone on the enemy team has Spider-Man level reflexes, I have played games where the people on my team take losses way harder than they should be. I had this one dodgeball game where
My thing is, right, what the hell could she possibly be talking about to create this reaction in the car, bro? Hands, fingers fully gripped around the steering wheel, eyes up to the Lord, mouth wide open in a rectangular fashion. What could she possibly be saying that would warrant this reaction? Shit ain't this deep, bro.
take losses way harder than they should be. I had this one dodgeball game where our team leader was moving like Captain Erwin the way he was giving us commands on what to do. Instead of giving us basic positions to take on the floor on our side of the room, he got a pen and paper from his backpack, went to the middle
Oh yeah, speaking of pens, bro, I ain't gonna lie, in school, if niggas ever had they pencils, mechanical pencils, like randomly stolen throughout the year, I'ma keep it a bean, nigga, that was me. I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't even need it either. It's just like, I don't know what was wrong with me, to be honest. Like, it was so easy to take, niggas just took it. Like, I had a whole collection in my backpack of like 20 pencils. I bought like 2 of them. Niggas would go to lunch, their pencil was all smooth and dandy. Ain't shit was smooth around me, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was gone.
pack, went to the middle of the
That was low-key bad though, but that's what I was doing.
floor and laid out his battle strategy that he apparently came up with the night before. I don't think I've ever seen someone take a school assignment this seriously before. The funniest part was that even with his battle strategy, we still ended up losing that day's game. And when I turned to look at him, he had the most depressing and miserable expression on his face. I just know he was on his knees crying in sorrow and agony the second he got back home. Something I forgot to mention as an added point is the egregious music selection some of these teachers would be choosing to put through their speakers. We could have been in the middle of the most intense game of dodgeball ever played. I'm talking an active battleground with niggas' bodies flying left and right. And instead of
Damn.
playing something hyper motivational, it's 10 Imagine Dragon songs back to back as well as Dance Monkey in the middle of the queue. I feel so bad for the middle of the most intense game of dodgeball ever played. I'm talking an active battleground with niggas' bodies.
Bro, that just gave me an idea. Or not an idea, but what niggas, bro, the gym teachers should have played Chief Keef to dodgeball. Bro, imagine the collective level of testosterone that would have been utilized in the gym class if niggas was playing dodgeball to this. Imagine niggas playing dodgeball to this, bro. Not gonna lie, bro. They play that shit, niggas gonna average 40 in that jump, bro.
Bodies flying left and right. And instead of playing something hyper motivational, it's 10 Imagine Dragon songs back to back as well as Dance Monkey in the middle of the queue. I feel so bad for anyone who had gym during their first period. Imagine going through the already excruciating experience of getting ready in the morning, only for your first period to be PE with Mr. Potato Head as your teacher. Speaking of teachers, most of the gym coaches I've had have some of the least athletic builds I've ever witnessed. Now, there is an important distinction to make between being big versus being fat. Take someone like Phantom from AMP. He's what you call a big guy, but his weight distribution is good enough to where he still manages to look good despite being slightly overweight. Versus someone like DJ Khaled, who let's just say doesn't exactly have the greatest weight distribution in the world.
Is that not attempted murder? This man, DJ Khaled, is built like a bomb. And he just jumped into the crowd like a bomb. Definitely a couple girls in this like little collective area. Is that not attempted murder? If I ever go to a concert, first of all, I don't know why I ever be at a concert where DJ Khaled's up there, but let's say he is. If he jumps on me, I mean, I look, he work out, so I catch him, but I'm never popping out to a concert ever again. Oh, hell nah, cuz.
There are so many gym teachers out there that don't even do much when it comes to physically teaching students because they themselves can barely move 2 feet from their chair unless someone activates their neurons and tells them dinner is finally ready. Your coach will unironically tell you to run 3 extra laps around the track and be posted up like this at their chair with a big hot Cheetos bag.
Nah, no cap. Being a gym teacher is probably the easiest subject of all time because you actually don't teach people how to be athletic or do anything really. You just put on a sport and just sit there and like watch until class is over. That's looking the easiest job, bro.
And a Diet Coke. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that Diet Coke is not saving you from a heart attack. Our next topic is one of my least favorite parts of the school gym experience: assigned partners. There is arguably nothing worse than doing an assigned partner activity with someone who either sucks at sports or just doesn't want to participate. There was one time I got stuck with this girl as an assigned partner for a basketball activity.
How the hell he fall over? What the hell, bro? How the hell this happened?
Or just doesn't
Oh yeah, you're buns, buddy.
want to participate. There was one time I got stuck with this girl as an assigned partner for a basketball activity where each person had to make 3 free throws into the hoop to complete the assignment. And to add an extra layer of help, if anyone was struggling with the assignment throws into the hoop, I got stuck with this girl as an assigned partner for a basketball activity where each person had to make 3 free throws into the hoop to complete the assignment. And to add an extra layer of help, if anyone
3 free throws? That's easy. That's calm.
was struggling with a free throw at the intended line, you could just move up directly to the side of the rim and shoot from there instead. Except despite all of these benefits, my partner couldn't throw the ball for shit even directly next to the rim. I get that not everyone was blessed with LeBron level genetics, but the rim was already extended down and she was around 5'11". She could have touched the rim if she jumped, but she was still missing more shots than Shaq.
She was 5'11", but she couldn't make some free throws, bro. Bro, let me find out my daughter's 5'11". I'm turning her into Juju Watkins immediately. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have all my kids mad athletic when they're like 2 years old in the first place. So like, let's say like they OD nice, they could, you know what I'm saying, pivot into that shit. But she's 5'11". How the hell you 5'11" as a girl and you unathletic? Nigga, what, bro?
Versus the Rockets in 2000.
You that height for a reason, nigga?
Asking my teacher to switch partners, but it was already too late by then. So I had to endure this girl missing shot after shot for like 25 minutes before she finally made 3 and got us to pass. At that point, just let me do it solo because I'd rather play as a substitute during a finals game than get someone like that as a partner. Reviewing everything I've talked about so far, the most vital part of the gym experience that I have yet to discuss is the Fitness Gram Pacer Test. I just know there were 5 separate people that just got Vietnam War flashbacks hearing that name enter.
Like I was saying, bro, a lot of people probably got PTSD with that Pacer test. Me, I ain't gonna cap. I didn't have the highest on the Pacer test, but I was def valid in there enough to not dread it. But niggas was dreading it OD. I do remember for the dudes who would like go OD and get like 100, 115, 120, they get tight because niggas was trying to hoop and niggas couldn't hoop.
Their ear canal. The Fitness Gram, for anyone who's unaware, is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in... I get it! No one needs an introduction to the Fitness Gram as it's pretty much the most quintessential part of the school gym experience. I genuinely think the Fitness Gram by itself has caused irreversible psychological damage to millions of students across the country. On top of them being unannounced most of the time, the second you walk into the gym and see the mini cones lined up across the floor, it was instant despair and dread. I've seen so many kids fake being sick or have injuries just for the sole purpose
bro, it's crazy because all you would do is run, bro. Like, that's not even OD.
Not participating.
And like, running is kind of crazy, but it's low-key not, though. Like, if you run a little bit, you can low-key get better at running fast as hell, so.
Could have been healthy the entire week, but as soon as they hear someone talking about the Fitness Gram, they magically contract every single disease ever created and act like they can't participate anymore. My guy, I just watched you sprint to the lunch line at maximum speed yesterday because they were serving tacos and pizza sticks. Please slow down all that tomfoolery. My strategy for the Fitness Gram was always to conserve my energy in the early portions of the test so I can spread my reserves evenly throughout the entire thing without becoming too tired during the middle. And while this seems like a basic strategy at first, the reason I think it works so well is because it fundamentally prevents different issues from happening all at once. For instance, let's just say you had lunch the period before gym class. Your stomach is not going to enjoy being violently shaken during the pacer test and is probably going to start causing all types of issues before you finish. After all, the last thing you'd want is everyone around you to see rainbow puke on the ground and your stomach hitting the whip and nay-nay for 30 minutes straight. The one saving grace that gym class had for me, other than the occasional fun activities, was free day. Having a study hall in the gym before certain classes low-key helped me do better on a lot of quizzes and tests beforehand. Of course, you have to watch out for stuff being thrown at you at maximum velocity from the people playing on the court, but other than that, it wasn't nearly as bad as the other class days. Overall, gym class is an extremely painful and torturous experience that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Extremely painful and torturous is low-key insane, is it not?
There are occasional classes and teachers that make it fun. Half the time, it just feels like we're in a labor camp getting worked to the bone trying to finish all these so-called activities. If you have gym in your schedule next year, please keep a stick of deodorant with you at all times. You're gonna save a lot of lives just by that one simple act of kindness.
First story time, next upload. Okay, Skeptor. That man moving on. Whoa.